Risk is growing inside Mercedes, and the team may be making the exact mistake that cost another giant a championship fight. While George Russell and Kimi Antonelli battle each other for every point, a familiar threat is quietly gaining momentum. And that threat has a name: Lewis Hamilton. The seven-time world champion looked far from contention earlier this season. Ferrari struggled, Hamilton appeared vulnerable, and few expected him to become a serious factor in the title race. But Formula One changes fast. Over the last 3 races, Hamilton has delivered 2 second-place finishes and 1 victory, climbing to second place in the championship and putting himself back into the conversation. That alone would be enough to worry Mercedes, but the real concern is what happened last year. In 2025, McLaren had the fastest package for much of the season and allowed Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri to fight freely. While both drivers focused on beating each other, Max Verstappen slowly rebuilt his campaign and launched a late charge that complicated the championship battle. Now, many see similarities emerging. Antonelli currently leads the standings, while Russell remains firmly in the fight. The gap between the two Mercedes drivers is small enough to keep both fully committed to their own title ambitions. This is where things change. What looks like a healthy internal rivalry could become a major weakness if another contender keeps taking points at the front. Damon Hill believes Mercedes should already be paying attention. The 1996 world champion suggested that discussions are likely taking place behind closed doors at Brackley. According to Hill, the team will not want to repeat the situation McLaren experienced when Verstappen exploited every opportunity created by internal competition. His warning was direct. Hill said Mercedes probably does not want to find itself in the same position McLaren faced last year. He pointed out that both Russell and Antonelli have every right to focus on their own championship goals, but while they are doing that, another driver can insert himself into the battle. That's the real issue. And that driver is Hamilton. Hill argued that Lewis now occupies a position very similar to Verstappen's in 2025. He is not leading the championship, but he is close enough to apply pressure. Antonelli leads the standings, Hamilton sits 41 points behind, and Russell is only 9 points behind the Ferrari driver. Those margins are significant, but far from impossible to overcome with so much of the season still remaining. This changes everything. Mercedes is not only fighting Ferrari and the rest of the grid, it is also managing a delicate balance between 2 title contenders inside its own garage. If Russell and Antonelli continue taking points from one another at critical moments, Hamilton could continue closing the gap and transform from an outsider into a genuine championship threat. And if that happens, Mercedes may discover that the biggest danger was not outside the team, but the opportunity they gave away themselves. What's your take on this situation? Share your opinion below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Formula One updates.